Hello and welcome to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News Business. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Let's start with today's show. Hurricane Irma could be the most expensive storm in US history. Lloyd's of London estimates that the total cost could reach $131 billion in insured losses. History strongly suggests that a great deal more losses won't be covered by insurers. In 2011, when the force of Mother Nature cost mankind a record $380 billion, less than a third of the damage was covered by insurance. With insurers covering only about a third of the damages worldwide, the protection gap is substantial. Government-created organizations like the U.S. Flood Program, the California Earthquake Authority, and the Texas Windstorm Insurance Association act as insurers of last resort, offering coverage for the free market that won't provide. According to reinsurers Munich Re and Swiss Re, which help primary insurers shoulder costs from disasters, the number of natural catastrophes has risen steadily since 1970, cracking triple digits for the first time in 1987, peaking at 199 in 2015 and totaling 191 last year. Scientists largely agree that global warming results in fiercer storms, if not more of them. That's not the only reason storm damage is rising, though. After a period of intense coastal development and more expensive buildings in many parts of the world, about 3 billion people, almost half the world's population, now live within 200 kilometers of a coastline. In other news, Mexico's federal government has signed a deal with leading Chinese e-commerce platform Alibaba that will enable Mexican companies to list their products and services on the site and gain access to increasingly lucrative markets. A government undersecretary and the company's president signed a memorandum of understanding at company headquarters in Hangzhou in a ceremony witnessed by President Enrique Peña Nieto and Alibaba founder and executive chairman Jack Ma. The Secretary of Economy will partner with the massive online consumer market, the world's largest, giving Mexican companies the chance to sell to a growing middle class in the world's most populous nation. Alibaba will provide its expertise in logistics and payments and share analytics so that companies can better target the Chinese market. The deal comes as Mexico is seeking to diversify its trade relationships in the face of a possible breakdown in renegotiation of the NAFTA agreement. Recently, an increasing number of Chinese consumers have acquired a taste for Mexican products, including avocados and tequila. Exports of the fruit have surged from 17 tons in 2009 to more than 10,000 tons annually, according to Mexican government data. Moving on. Apple is holding a product launch event at its new headquarters today, and the California-based company takes great efforts to keep its technology secret until its showcase events. However, details of the new iPhone X have been leaked prior to its launch, and Apple believes that the leak was internal. Two news sites were given access to an as-yet unreleased version of the iOS operation system. The code refers to an iPhone X in addition to two new iPhone 8 handsets. It also details facial recognition tech that acts both as an ID system and maps users' expressions onto emojis. According to John Gruber, a blogger known for his coverage of Apple, he believes that someone within Apple leaked a list of URLs to 9to5Mac and Mac rumors in a deliberate act of sabotage. The BBC claims it has independently confirmed that an anonymous source provided the publications with links to iOS 11's Goldmaster code that downloaded the software from Apple's own computer servers. Goldmaster is a term commonly used by software firms to indicate that they believe a version of a product is ready for release. It marks the second time in 3 months that the company seems to have been deliberately caught out by a staff member. In June, an hour-long recording of an internal meeting, ironically about stopping leakers, was passed on to the Outline news site. And finally, let's turn to the markets. The Mexican peso increased 0.12 or 0.69% to 17.78 from 17.66 in the previous trading session. IPC Mexico increased 276 points, or 0.55%, to 50,359 from 50,084 in the previous trading session. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and log on to MexicoNewsNetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.